wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go on. 3 hours away, so need on my own. Delap, so in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, stand tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go on. 3 hours away, so need on my own. Delap, so in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, stand tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, that's chipping pain. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can dream. Oh, take me out and stand with you, river you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. voice on native my own. Delap Solipa in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not tonight. Every morning, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can breathe. Oh, take me out and stand with you, privilege you talk. When to tap by taking you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. And that's you got on.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea's Perspective. Welcome to another Chelsea News Roundup show. We have quite a lot lined up to talk about. Sequence of Bynoe-Gittens related news. Bynoe-Gittens, and Bynoe-Gittens. And then we'll talk about Mike Maignan's bid. We talk about Nico Williams' priority, Ekitike's doubts, Gittens close, Kudus, and all that. And chances are, as the show progresses, something new will emerge. And if that's the case, be rest assured, this will be the first place you hear about it. But more importantly, thank you, and thank you so much for finding the time to be part of today's conversation. Sincerely do appreciate you all. And already we have 5 likes. We have 21 people following the show on YouTube. In total, we have 65 people following the show, 23 on YouTube. The rest shared between X and Facebook. Whether equally, I do not know. But more importantly, I love you all and thank you for the growth. Growth we're seeing. We're getting closer and closer to 26,000 subscribers. We're currently at 25,521. We're getting closer and closer to 30K. I appreciate you all. I know I owe you guys a giveaway. I think I'm going to pay for it now that we're streaming consistently. I'll find out a good day to do that. But I want to still use the same system that we're using right now. I don't want to go back to StreamYard. But that's by the way. Let me say hello to all of you there. And please, once again, keep the topics aligned. Otherwise, I will assume you're having a good conversation with a community member, which you are entitled to. But please, let's keep the topics aligned. Sincerely do appreciate you all. Danny Music, is the deal off for Ekitike? No, it's not off. You're correct. I'm not sure where he's headed. And I'm going to say something I've said 1,000 times. One thing is certain. He's definitely leaving Sporting CP. Where he's headed, I do not know, really. But I don't think it's Chelsea. If again, for reasons I've explained, but we'll get to that in a bit. Gyökeres is a guy we need as soon as possible. Do I think it happens? I'm not sure. And then we have Oladipo Mesole. I remember him telling me his name is pronounced Meso. Big up to you, my bro. I did see your text message. I responded. And probably we get to speak once the show ends. I'll be paying attention because my wife will be returning from travel, and I usually don't like the kids to go to the door. So if she presses the bell, I will excuse myself to go open the door for her. Yep, Jude, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And yes, because we're streaming in a vertical format. To see the bells and whistles, press and hold your screen for just about a second and you see all the options you want to see, the chat option, the like, dislike, everything you want to see. But we like the vertical format because majority of our subscribers watch became a member of the community through a mobile device. So it's only fair that we cater for them more. But that's not to say we will never stream in landscape mode again. We will. If we need to do a lineup prediction exercise and all that, let's get the likes up, people. The likes do go a long way. 7 likes, we can do a lot better than that. We have 74 people following the show. Why should we be stuck on 7 likes? Big up to you too. It was a time for Kepa to move on. We finally sold him. Yeah, we get to talk about that in a bit. I don't want to talk about that now and then. When I get to it on the tab, we'll start talking about it again. So let's keep the topics aligned. Just follow the show, but you have every right to have a good conversation with the community members in the chat. So, Bobby, before I bring you in, I want to say big up to you and thank you for finding the time to be on the panel with me. Sincerely do appreciate that. We have about 4 tabs open for Gittens. So I'm going to just go through them. And as you listen, you get a good idea with regards where we are at with getting the deal done. And nice to see you, Vic. I appreciate you. I do hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here. You usually provide us with some updates. So the first item on Gittens, remember I said we will talk about Gittens, and Gittens. About 4 tabs, I believe. But the first tab reads, Chelsea have submitted initial bid in excess of 35 million euros for Bynoe-Gittens in the last hour. And I'm going to, again, state my opinion on Gittens. I think he's a better signing, value for the money than Williams. But Williams is the more popular of the 2 players. That's probably why people haven't taken their time to compare their numbers and realize Gittens is actually the more suitable to the way our manager wants to play. So second item on Gittens reads, Chelsea are set to include add-ons as part of the negotiations with Borussia Dortmund for Gittens. After 35 million euros proposal was rejected, Chelsea will return with an improved bid. Bynoe-Gittens wants the move. That's the most important of everything we've read so far. You see that line that says Bynoe-Gittens wants the move. So which means we're not going to be in a hurry to pay them what they're asking because the player wants to join us. Rodrigo, a better option. I haven't actually compared his numbers to that of Rodrigo, but maybe Rodrigo more experienced and all that. But Gittens is a bargain for me. I think I have to find time to compare him to Rodrigo and see how he fares. So 1 more Gittens, I think 4 Gittens tabs. This one reads, agreement in principle between Chelsea and Gittens on a 7-year contract, which means, yeah, he indeed wants to come to Chelsea. Since we've practically agreed terms with him. Negotiations are ongoing between Chelsea and Dortmund. So you could argue things aren't quite done on the club side, but on personal terms, I think we're good to go, which means it's looking like it's going to happen. So 1 more Gittens tab. Oh, okay. That's it for Gittens. So, Bobby, time to hear from you. Your thoughts. If you remember, I don't know if you were part of the conversation where I said he's actually the more suitable to the way Maresca likes to play. I get it. If you compare him and Nico Williams, Nico is the more popular of the 2 players, and he did well in Euro. So a lot of people don't know much about Gittens, but Gittens actually gets you more goals than Williams. Williams gets more assists. So I like this guy, and the truth remains he can actually get to that level where you'd have a balance of goals and assists from him. But he's an excellent player, and in terms of his dribble success rate, he's in the top 1%. That's how good he is. Good scouting work by our scouting department, but I didn't know he was actually part of the Man City Academy. So Joe Shields using his connection, but believe me, this kid is quality, and I'm happy we're getting him. So we have, Chipchilla, you don't have right to call me that, only Dante should. Big up to you too, Vix. Kepa to Arsenal, we'll get to that. We don't want to, you can say, we don't want half-baked discussions. The discussions, we have it lined up to talk about Kepa, imminent move to Arsenal or potential move to Arsenal we don't want to discuss it halfway and then come back to it again. But that's by the way, Bobby. Big up to you and thank you for finding the time to join me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. So, Jamie Bynoe-Gittens, it looks like it's going to happen. I'm happy. I've done my research. I'm happy that we're signing him rather than Nico Williams. Just a bigger name, but in terms of their output, Gittens, he's an excellent signing for us. But let's hear you, Bobby, and thank you for joining.
Yeah, big up, coach.
You too,
Yeah, I
Bobby.
mean, I have to admit,
You
I
don't know
can't
him.
say, yeah, I know him, but I
Mm,
don't know him a lot. So I will submit to people's statistical analysis of him and those that claim to know him. It's fine. I just want to address some of the sort of buzzwords that's going around at the moment. Oh, we have time. We're not being pressured. Well, the Club World Cup starts next week, so we better get some of these signings done.
mm,
And two, I'm hearing people quibbling over who Delap signed 6 years. Gittens is going to sign 7 years, as if that really matters much. But I how can I put this without sounding as if I'm not happy? I I'm yet to really see something that I can say, wow, this is going to shift the needle. We've made signings. I think they're good signings. I think they're significant signings. I think they're relevant signings. And I think this guy, from all I've heard, will be a good addition. But we need something to shift the needle. Someone like Kudus, if we sign him, will be that player. He will shift the needle for us. It's not that signing him alone would do it, but he's just that clout that I haven't really seen. All these players that we have, they're so unknown that we can't you can't really be so confident. Oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. That's what concerns me. I haven't seen that needle mover. Would it have been Ekitike? I don't even know him that well. Do you see what I'm saying?
mm.
I'm glad. You say you're going to talk about um about
Bynoe,
Kepa later.
Kepa Arrizabalaga, Mike Maignan. We
Yeah,
have all those things lined
yeah.
up, yeah.
I'm glad he's going. I hope the Maignan deal goes through quickly. I think the final. When is it? Today? Tomorrow?
No, not today. I'm quite sure I checked not today, but I'm not sure what
So
date. Yeah.
probably tomorrow because that needs to be done and dusted. He needs to. I just want that marquee needle shifter. Um, Arsenal getting a striker is concern enough. Getting Shesko and then making a move on Kudus is really disturbing because that will mean they are physically just unplayable. Although I'm not focused on them, but I just haven't seen. I don't know. I'm not.
Bobby, I understand your point. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think, well, remember, I don't say this lightly. When I say come down, we'll be all right. I really do mean it. I think we're working. Um,
Mm,
and I like it that we don't just sign players because for the sake of it. We take our time to look at the players, how they apply themselves on the pitch, how they fit the manager's approach. Um, I think we may well end up with Kudus too. So we're looking at players, but we're
yeah.
not too much in a hurry to do that. And I've heard that Kudus is actually waiting on Chelsea, but we get to that in a bit. So don't worry, Bobby. Your concerns are legit, in my opinion. You truly do love the club, and you don't want us to be left behind. But I don't think
Yeah,
that
I mean,
happens.
now we've taken that stride in back into the Champions League and Champions League positions. We
Mhm.
have to stay there. I think next season, with all the
Yes,
recruitment
staying
going
there is
on,
very important, and I think
yeah,
we know that.
I think next season, with all the recruitment going on with all the top clubs, is going to be fiercely fought. It's this season wasn't a fierce season. I think it was quite easy for Liverpool in the end. But next season is not going to be like that. It's going to be fierce with all the teams, the signings, and we can't be left behind. Our
Mhm.
forward line has to improve exponentially. We all saw Esteval against God,
Ecuador.
Ecuador. Now, I agree. You don't judge a player on one game, but what I will tell Chelsea fans, that kid's gonna need time. He's lightweight. He's gonna need time to settle in, and I can't see. He struggled against Ecuador. Can you imagine him in the Premier League?
Yeah, but here's the thing I'm going to say, Bobby. Do I think he will need time? Yeah. Do I think he will start struggling in the Premier League? No. That kid is actually, as small as he is, he can be more physical than Juan Mata. I'm telling you this. I don't say it lightly, but we'll see. Like as I said, do not worry too much. And remember, whenever I say this, usually I hardly ever miss. I think we're fine.
One matter wasn't physical at all.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
just
But I'm saying, but
he
still, he
just
did good in the
benefited from
Premier League.
he benefited from an era where Chelsea had a lot of physical guys around him. Look, I'm not saying no, but what I am saying is that at the moment, what I'm seeing is marginal improvement on our physicality, our strength, and it's important. I'm not saying it's over yet. I hear you. We could still get some of these players, but it's important that is addressed. I saw Esteval. I saw him as lightweight. I even saw Santos come on and looked a little lightweight. These players are going to take time in the Premier League for sure, both of them. Fortunately, the midfield is fairly well stacked, but they have to take their time. And as I said, we need to sign a needle mover next. Outside of Maignan, we need one more that will really move the needle for us. That's all I'm
All
saying.
right. I understand your point. Let's see what happens. Let's catch up with what we have in the chat, and then we'll move to the next item. But Gittens looks like it's happening. But before we actually move to the next item, it's important to get the opinion. Give the microphone to those of you in the chat. What do you make of Gittens joining Chelsea? I think it's the right signing. I would take him anytime, any day over Williams because I've looked at their numbers. But without doing that, would it been easy for me to just say, go for Nico Williams? He's the bigger name, but in all honesty, Gittens is exactly what the manager needs. And so far, Gittens to Chelsea close. Are you happy? 59% says yes, they're happy. Yes, great talent for the future. 14% said no, prefer Nico Williams. 9% don't rate him. 18% just buy another striker. We are not signing another striker. Let me just make that clear. Okay, you can now. Let's see. Gittins will happen. They want 50 million euros, and we offer 35 million euros. I guess the coach knows what we done exactly. And Chimera is saying, look at us bravely collecting a more inexperienced offsprings with zero market competition. I think we have enough experience, but Gittins, I think is good. I think you don't rate him. That's what I'm seeing. But Chimera, nice to see you. I think you are the PR officer of the H negative place. Chelsky saying I am waiting for the more and the more section in your video. Okay, okay. Well, questions. Kudus. Okay, keep the topics aligned. The question is, what do you make of Gittins joining Chelsea? Because it's happening. So the question is about Gittins. Keep the topics aligned. Thank you, Vic. And once again, before we continue, thank you to all the paid members. You guys are one of the reasons why sometimes when I look at things, I'm encouraged. That's your contributions, your membership is encouraging. It encourages me to continue because, in all honesty, if I was in it for money, I'd quit by now. But the truth is, eventually, it will get to a point where we have enough subscribers. The channel will be making enough to hire more people to keep it going. I really want to do that. But thank you to all our members, paid members, Vince, Oladipo, Vic. My goodness, Vic, Oladipo, Mesole, DJ, Sav, All of you that are paid members, sincerely do appreciate you all. And all the panelists, yep, I couldn't do it alone. And I know that. I'd be lying to myself if I say, yeah, it's all about me. No, has never been and will never be. It's a community. Trying to get Maignan and Gittens before Club World Cup puts us at a disadvantage. The selling clubs don't need to lower their valuation. They have all summer to accept offers for their players. So if it is clear to them, I think that's a sensible argument there. If it's clear to them that our priority is to get the deals done before the Club World Cup starts, then yeah, they'd be reluctant to let the players go, knowing that we'd come back with how much they're asking. But that's not to say we're gonna bend over for them. Knowing our current owners, they would just say, "Okay, bye, Felicia. You don't want it. We're gone." Yeah, trying to get Maignan and Gittens. Yeah, I think we've addressed that particular report there. Let's see what else you have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We need Kudus. Okay, Owusu, a Ghanaian bro, preaching for the club to sign a Ghanaian bro too. But Owusu Clement, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. It looks like this is your first time here. If that's the case, feel at home. Express yourself. Here, your opinion matters. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. Thank you for joining. Michael Neum, I'd rather get Luis Diaz, a fighter. I like him. I really like Luis Diaz. He's a fighter. He's a good player overall. You can't bully him. I think you could argue he's tailor-made for Chelsea. But Gittens, not bad. I don't think Liverpool, I don't think they sell Luis Diaz for us. Even if we want him, the price was out of the deal. City and Liverpool are serious. We simply cannot compete for the title anymore. If that's what you believe, go with it. But I don't think that's the case. We're strategic, and you pay attention to those clubs. Again, they start doing what we started doing 2 years ago. Yeah, because things have changed. And look at City. They're also doing the same thing, but I think they're aiming for much more experienced players. They're scouting for names that a lot of people don't know about, actually, except if you follow all the leagues, follow the Italian leagues and other leagues. Then when they sign certain player, you'd know they'd be that, yeah, that's a player you already know. They're not going for those big names where they spend tons of money. Because yeah, things have changed from a financial perspective in football. Okay, as a bad game management, shooting when he should run, inexperience. So let's keep the topics aligned, people. The likes, so that I don't get exhausted. Williams is too expensive for Chelsea. That's just the truth. It's common sense. Too expensive. He earns quite a lot where he is, and if Fabrizio Romano is telling us that he's too comfortable or just happy with where he is, why are we forcing him to leave Bilbao and join us? And plus, he's earning quite a lot right now. And why go for him over Gittens when Gittens you can get you more goals? And you want goals to come from every department and not just from the central area. Gittens gets you more goals and can also create. As he matures, you see a balance of chance creation and goals from him. So I think he's the better option for us. And I did say that yesterday when we talked about him. So Timan Taos, thank you for that. Sincerely do appreciate you. We don't need Kudus. What's his GA in the last 2 years? I haven't actually checked. But I wouldn't mind him, but I don't think we'll need him. That's, in fact, the truth. Let's see. Yeah, don't look at stats. All right, more likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Not sure we need another right wing. Not gonna lie, I don't think Kudus is better than Madueke. Okay, I'm not sure what to say there. Look, Jackson. For me, the only thing again he's not done consistently is be efficient in front of goal. Everything else he does very well. Honestly. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, Andrew Johnston, do you think we need two stronger defenders? I think we're good. If the midfield can do enough to shield the defensive line, I think we can actually go into next season without signing a new defender. Yeah. And since what's this kid at Strasbourg, he's gonna join. We except if we move out up to two defenders, and we might need one. But if we're only moving on after the CC, in my opinion, that's my opinion. I'm not the manager, Andrew Johnson, to be clear. Uh, let's see what happens. That's 70-year-old from Brazil. Okay, if that's what you think, go ahead, run with it. We might not need Kudus. I don't think we need them. So we're going to move on to the next item. I will try to address the subsequent contributions in the chat. As for me, I prefer Williams. Theophilos, Almor Kobina, Mike Maignan, bro. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And you're sure you're not, your preference for Williams isn't because you're Ghanaian. You're maybe being biased without knowing it. But that's by the way. What's your just leave me alone, please. Don't bring such just trying to set. I look. Don't do that here. Do not do that here again. Honestly, do not. Again, you people have the right to be whatever they want to be, do whatever they want to do, but don't come here setting traps for me to fall into. Um, I'm gonna block you if you try that again. Kudus is the needle mover. I mean, he's even though his numbers are again have not been that good, I think he can. He can honestly. But AB, nice to see you. Okay, thank you. Let's see. I will take Kudus ahead of Nani. I will. He's the more physical of the two and more productive, in my opinion. Let's see. Williams will go to Madrid because Rodrigo is going to Arsenal. Is he really going to Arsenal? All right. We have a lead for Republic of South Africa. Says Gittens fits our style of play. Sometimes bringing these well-known wingers, some of them come with that I am the star mentality. I wish you're streaming in a landscape format. This is a delicious comment. Seriously. Yep. A lot of the big names want to come and be the main guy and want to be starting week in, week out. No, they don't want competition. Yeah. So the signing we made will surprise a lot of people. We want to build a team. We don't want a situation where certain players want everything to be about them. My boss, leave me alone. You're looking for my trouble. We will definitely bring in 2 or 3 impactful signings thanks to Champions League qualification, but Chelsea will also continue targeting top young talent. That's their long-term strategy, and it will pay dividend in the long run. Wycliffe Barrosh, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. So right now, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. We move to the next item we have lined up, but Vic has something here. Kudus had 5 goals and 3 assists last season. If that's what 16, 18 million, I need to get Coach out of retirement. Just get out. Kudus is as an upgrade to the wingers we currently have. What do you mean? We don't need right now. We don't. But I will take them if we need them. If we get them, I'm not going to complain. But I'm just saying that not necessarily what we want. I love you too, bro. Thank you so much for saying that. Sincerely, do I appreciate you. Let's see. Look at Liverpool. They skipped the whole competition and dropped 100 million on Wheats. Wheats is he's gonna struggle in the Premier League. Remember, I told you that. They let them skip the competition too and pay maybe 150 million for Rodrigo. Skipping the line doesn't mean you're getting the right thing. But that's by the way. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. 17 likes with 53 people still following the show. We can do a lot better than that. Okay, here's the thing, Bobby. Pay attention to this. This makes me laugh. I read this and I'm not sure what to make of it. And I'm serious saying that I'm not sure what to make of this report. This says Nico Williams is a priority. And IB, thank you also for being a paid member. We do appreciate that. It does go a long way for the community. And we were able to give students, I think it was $50 every month at the time because of the paid members. And I think once we get enough paid members again, after streaming on regular basis, I think we start doing the giveaway for students again. So let's see. this particular report makes me laugh. It says Nico Williams is a priority for Chelsea. Okay. And then he goes ahead to say, but the player is very comfortable at Atletico Madrid. What type of report is this? I'm not saying it's not Vince's fault, but what are you trying to say here? It just doesn't make any sort of sense. I don't think this guy comes to Chelsea for reasons we've discussed 1,000 times. Sorry? Give me 1 second. It looks like my wife is back. Let me open the door for her. Bobby, go ahead. You can speak about this report.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that the Nico Williams story is not a story. He is about to, or if not, he's been encouraged to sign a contract extension at Bilbao, and that would include uh, a new buyout clause, which of course will dwarf whatever the buyout clause is now, and maybe even well, definitely an increased wage. So it's this is transfer season. You know, there's going to be those stories that come out that are not realistic at all, and it seems this is one of them. I don't even think he's going anywhere. I think he's staying at Bilbao with more wages and a higher buyout clause.
Yeah, I don't think he leaves Bilbao. And this report is so freaking funny. I could not believe it. It's just, what are we doing? He's not going to leave, and I think we already know that. He's not going to take a pay cut. It just wouldn't make sense. I think he stays in Spain. I think Barcelona, they want him, and he's a good friends with Lamine Yamal. And Yamal, the reason Barca didn't end up signing him last transfer window was his salary. And I don't think he would want to leave Bilbao to come to Chelsea, and again, where we offer heavily incentivized salary structure. It just wouldn't make sense. So this report, I saw it and I laughed so hard. I was like, what is this? Let's see. Kudus had Robinho numbers in his first season. He's a good player. Chances are the lack of stability at West Ham is one of the reasons why he struggled. So that's why I wouldn't mind Chelsea signing him. Did you see Nani's performed? Nani today. That guy is about to blow next season. I hope he blows because I'm quite sure he's staying. It'd be difficult. I don't see what would lead to Chelsea selling him right now, except if he pushes to leave. Hopefully he stays and competes. Fine for us and gets better. Because he has a lot of improvement to do. Okay, 14 goals in his first season at Man City after the Emirate takeover. I guess that's that. Indeed, Chelsea scouts should be serious. We need to get the players we want and not just pay players for the sake of it. Let's see what else do we have. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Williams are using the Chelsea interest to bump up his contract. And isn't he in discussion for a new contract, or has he signed a new one already? I can't quite remember, but I did come across something suggesting that he'd be signing a new contract soon. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, that's correct. They're in discussions for a new contract, and a new contract will mean even more salary and will mean a higher buyout clause. So this is one of those every transfer window you'll get them, these sort of duff um, um, uh, uh, these sort of smoke screen,
SHIT report.
yeah, of a player that nobody's really gonna get.
Like, I just don't understand. I read this, I was like, what is this really? But that's, by the way, what else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Kudus is struggling this season. It's because Graham Potter plays defensive football, which doesn't help us. Do I think Graham Potter actually plays defensive football? Well, okay, there's an argument for another day. And also because Julian Lopetegui kept playing Kudus on the left wing, which didn't help at the time. Kudus, I think I'd take him. You could argue, as I've said already, lack of stability at West Ham may well be the reason he hasn't measured the sort of the performance he showed at Ajax. What else do you have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely, do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. 56 people still following the show. We had 90 plus, but 19 likes. We can do a lot better than that. So this year, uh, yeah, criminal football. A lot of risks, actually. Arsenal are closing in on a deal to sign Kepa from Chelsea. Agreement almost done with the player. Long-term deal in place and Kepa ready to be backup for Raya. 5 million release clause to be activated soon as somebody that name there reports. Houston, I'm not concerned. If anything, I'm not the most superstitious person you'd ever meet, but I would say it's a good sign. It simply means they're not going to win anything next season. They hardly ever win anything whenever they sign player from Chelsea. But if we sign a player from Arsenal, be rest assured we're winning something that particular season. So good luck to him. I'm not concerned. Will he make them better? I'd say yes. He's a good goalkeeper. He has his shortcomings, but I'm not concerned really. And for 5 million, we actually did good because he could have gone out on loan and then after the loan spell be a free agent. But we said, nah, you staying here and, and you stay here and rot on the bench except if you sign a contract with a release clause. He thought he was actually gonna be at Madrid and never come back to England again. But that's by the way, Bobby. I don't know if you have anything to add to that. I'm not concerned. But Arsenal fans, they are fuming. They're not happy that they are signing Kepa, even though they're signing him for 5 million. A lot of them are unhappy. Some are coping with the argument that yeah, we paid 75 million for him and they're signing him for just 5 million. But we got our money's value, in my opinion. Bobby, let's hear your thoughts.
To be honest, I'm not even thinking about Kepa. To be honest, good luck to him with Arsenal. I think he'll do well with them as a backup. Kepa's not has never been a bad goalkeeper. He's just had some physical deficiencies. But with all those big defenders they have and the way they play, it will help him. So I don't think we should lose any sleep or even waste any more time on him. Let him go there and be there. He's not. It's not something that at this point in our progression and development that we should be giving a second thought.
Yeah, we shouldn't be worried. He goes there, we get 5 million. I mean, it's something rather than him living as a free agent. And Arsenal fans coping with the fact that we pay 75 million pounds for him, it's nothing. We gotten our money's worth. I remember a lot of serious games we won because of his penalty stopping heroics. He's that good. So maybe that's the reason they're signing him to help them if they get to games where they need a good penalty stopper. He's their guy. So good strategy. Let's see where how he helps them. But my hope is that yeah, it's usually a good sign. They're not going to win anything. Palmer was me today for England. Okay, Kepa will be a backup though. I didn't know he was gonna accept that. Really, I thought maybe he would prefer staying at Bournemouth where he's their number one choice and the manager there likes him. Whenever Arsenal sign a Chelsea player, they don't win. They don't. They don't win anything serious, honestly. But if any player leaves Arsenal and joins Chelsea, uh, it's going to be a good year for us. All right, 21 likes. We can do a lot better than that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Kepa will be bought in a competition to David Raya. I don't think so, really. I think Raya is a much better shot stopper, but Kepa is a much better goalkeeper in terms of his abilities on the ball. I wonder how much wages Kepa was on at Chelsea. One of the top, I think he was 150, not too much, really. But that 150 not incentivized. Yeah, he was great for them. And I thought they were going to keep him. That's why it's a display now. Yeah, even I have the console. But pay attention to the show and stop Nonsense question. Let's see what else you have. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, the likes do go a long way. Desmond Murafai, nice to see you. It's been a minute. And I hope your absence simply means you've been busy. If that's the case, I'm happy for you. Bills don't pay themselves. Kepa good on the ball? Yeah, he is. Yeah, at least that's my opinion. He's good on the ball. That's one of his strongest actually attributes. So I think this deal still happens. I think this particular deal still happens. This here report by 86 underscore Longo, whoever that is, I don't know. It reads Milan rejected Chelsea's first offer for Maignan because he was considered too low, below 20 million euros. The second offer is expected between Monday and Tuesday, and I think this deal will happen. I just don't like people urging the club to pay Milan how much they're asking. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. The player wants to join us. He has just about a year left on his contract. Should they insist on keeping him, he gets to live as a free agent. But also see it from this perspective. And thanks for Vic bringing that up yesterday. They will weigh his importance to them. Whether if he stays one more season with them, uh, you can say they'd win the league or win something that will worth more than 8 million. They could decide to risk it and let him go. But I think they're more likely to see if we can give them Petrovic or one of our goalkeepers and take Maignan. But this deal happens, and you don't pay a club how much they're asking if a player has just about a year left on their contract, and the player wants to join you. But I think they'd rather sell him because he wants to leave, and he specifically told them he wants to join Chelsea. But Bobby, let's hear you. Maignan, I'm not concerned. I think he ends up joining us, and if he at the end we're not able to get the deal across the line, I'm not gonna complain too much because we're doing what we're supposed to do in such situation.
Yeah, you're right. We're not in a desperate situation to get Mignon. He would be an excellent signing, but we have to, we have to make it work for us. Somebody said, I don't know who I was listening to. They were saying, maybe it's Football Terrace or maybe Jan or someone. They're saying that they personally believe the deal is done already. It's just they're trying to politicize its public sale to either create an avenue for them to save face or something. To me, I don't even think it's necessary. The guy wants to leave. Milan need money. He's been there a while. He does need a new challenge. I don't see them changing his mind. It's all a pointless squibble, really. They can do a deal for a goalkeeper with Chelsea. There's so many options and probabilities for this deal to go through than not to go through. I'm almost getting bored of hearing it because it's time it was just signed. This is why I was asking about the Nations League final, because I'm pretty sure after that final, I think that's what may be distracting him. After that final, the deal just needs to
They
get done.
have, I think, second, third place play with against who? I think they're playing the third place game. Or what's it called? Actually, I'm not paying serious attention to that competition, but I think they have one
Well,
more
the
game.
third place game would be France and
Yeah, which is them.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
France and who lost to
Germany.
Portugal? Yeah, France and Germany,
Mhm.
which is a big game.
It is. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That I'm expecting to be today. I'm surprised if that's tomorrow. Third place usually happens the day before the final, doesn't it?
It does. Sometimes again, I don't remember if I've ever seen it held on the same day. Seen both held on the same day. Let me see when I don't think it's today. Today there are a lot of World Cup games, World Cup qualifying games.
I'll check it. It's only a third place, and it's only the Nations League. And I
Yeah,
think
it's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow as well. That's
Yeah,
really
it's
odd.
tomorrow, and the final is also tomorrow. So both the same day. Um, yeah. So keep dropping the likes on the chain 51. That may well be it. I think chances are we just I think once that competition is done and dusted, we'll get the announcement. I want him to join us, but some Chelsea fans judging him based on how many goals he conceded against Spain. That's why anyway. I think
No,
Chelsea gonna.
that wasn't a game. I watched that game. It was silly. I don't really know. Nobody um, came to play any kind of defense. He had nobody in front of him. It was a weird game, and
He was.
clearly, if it had continued a bit longer, I think France probably would have won it. It was that crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But I think it happens anyway. Let's see. I think Chelsea gonna take Maignan. Um, that's a science. Yeah, I think eventually, I think Chelsea will get the deal done. I've never been concerned. Even people pushing the club to pay. It just wouldn't make sense if we gonna go and drop how much they're asking for them on the table, given the circumstances. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. Yeah, good luck to Kepa. Indeed. I think so too. I'm not concerned. Let's see. Do you think Mayon purposely played bad last? No, no. Come on. No, 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 no. We need centre backs of. I think Badia should have stayed. This is definitely leaving, which we knew. In the moment we hired, the moment we hired Maresca, we knew that the CC will be gone for reasons we did
I,
explain at the time.
I have a
Um,
question, Coach.
mhm.
Why on earth would we keep Badiashile?
Because there's a good player in there, and the club knows it. So, and I think he's looked better of late. But that doesn't mean if we get a good offer, we're not going to sell him. But what is a good offer? I don't know. He may well, chances are he could end up living on loan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm yet to see anything there to make you feel okay. If he's not there, we're going to struggle. Or he's. I'm not convinced,
I
to
mean,
be
we
honest.
can do without him, but he
Would
adds number to in case with regards to number of centre backs we have, and he's not that bad. He's not bad actually. He just struggled with confidence, and I think the club, um, they know that it was just a confidence thing. But he looks like he's recovered from whatever it was that led to him exhibiting low confidence during games. He looked much better towards the end of the season, in my opinion.
Well, let's
Um,
look at it this way. His
mhm.
his Conference League final performance was lame,
It wasn't.
so
It was
bad
no.
that he was substituted at half
Listen,
time
Bobby. In
because he
my
had a
opinion,
yellow
no, he
card.
did well. I think you're judging by the fact you yeah, which was part of the game, not necessarily yellow card. If you listen to Kowai, you'd realize he was part of the game. He started the game. He wasn't going to finish it. He started the game and was one of those that you could say the way we played, just weather whatever pressure that Betis mounts, tire them out a bit, and then bring in fresh legs to finish them off. That was why I think I realized, like, when I saw the lineup, I realized, and I looked at the bench, I realized that was what's going to happen. And in the second half, we'll see fresh legs, and that we're definitely going to play better in the second half, and hopefully that would be enough to win the game. And it was, but I was never concerned that we're going to lose the game. In my opinion, no, I didn't think he was bad in that game. Again, that's my opinion. He may well have been bad, but I didn't see him. He wasn't bad, really. Yeah,
Hmm. You-
the long goal we considered against them was down to Gusto being out of position, trying to drift in. He followed the ball like a primary school kids and left tons of space in behind, which led to us conceding the goal. But I'm not going to blame him. Actually, I think the game plan worked, and that makes me happy.
Will Wesley Fofana be fit for the Club World Cup?
I don't
Isn't
know. I think
exactly.
I think probably be up to 2 months more so before he's
Yeah,
ready to
maybe
play
so.
again. That's my opinion. Anyway, from what we've heard, I don't think he's ready to play right now. I think it looks like we have an update from Vic. Badiashile is a very good player. His long range of passing he's an excellent passer of the ball. Time is running out for Mike Maignan because from my understanding, Chelsea are not going to wait longer than 24, 48 hours because they want him for the Club World Cup. Otherwise, they'd move on. So let's see what happens. I think that we'll get the deal across the line. That's just my opinion anyway. It's up to Milan to accept Chelsea conditions or not. I give it a 45% chance as of tonight. Fabrizio Romano, he gives it a 45% chance of the deal happening. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's see what happens. Dante, big up to you and thank you for joining us. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. The captain of the community, Constantine Duntu. He doesn't have discipline anyway. I'm gonna say it to his face. Big up Dante. Your thoughts on the Mike Maignan deal? What do you think happens? And Vic, can you tell me, is that Fabrizio Romano saying that he gives it 45% chance of happening? I want to know, please. But let's hear you, Dante. Your thoughts.
Yeah, big up, Coach.
Yeah,
Bobby.
big up to you too.
Everyone in the chat as well. Yeah, Mike Maignan. Yeah, look, can you hear me?
Yeah, crystal clear.
Okay. Yeah, Mike Maignan. Look, he's a good player. He's a very good keeper. Only thing was, if we can get him for that price, well, yeah, that's a good get. And I think that exactly Chelsea's thinking the same. It's an opportunity to good opportunity when there's a keeper like that on the market. So yeah, I like him. The only problem is
Okay, looks
he's
like
very good with his feet, so there's no problem playing out from the back. So
okay.
that shouldn't be any problem at all. Saving, yeah, he's pretty good at saving. Probably not quite as good as shot stopper like Sánchez, but still a very high quality goalkeeper, of course. And I would take him over Sánchez because I think the all round game, his all round game is better than Sánchez's. So I would still definitely take him over Sánchez. So I think that's what we're doing. It's an opportunity to buy someone like that. You know, he's France's number one, and plays for a big team in Italy as well. So he's quite up there. So yeah, very happy if we can get him. And I think Chelsea just want to get him on our terms. They know there's an opportunity there that it's too good to turn down. And if Milan accept it, they do. If they don't, well then they don't. We still have plenty of keepers. It's no big deal. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's not. You could say,
and
you
we'll
could
probably
say,
get it over the line. And then Vic saying,
yeah. I wanted to know. Yeah, that's what Fab said. 45% a chance of the deal happening as of tonight. Ooh, okay. If it
where's he getting
happens,
45% from?
Fabrizio Romano. I don't know. I think he has connection.
That's a weird number to say.
Yeah, which means he's more likely to stay in Milan, or you could say he's more likely not to join Chelsea, and vice versa. But let's see what happens. I
Well,
mean,
look, Coach, sorry,
you
I
could
just said
argue the way
he
our
might be looking.
goalkeepers.
He's on very low salary, so this could be also, opportunity for him to do a new contract with AC Milan and basically get his salary up a lot higher as well. So, yeah, I think that's part of it as well.
Right, let's see what happens. More likes, people. We still have 47 people following the show, and we're stuck on 24 likes. We can do a lot better than that. To see the options, press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the options to like, comment, and share, whatever you want to do. But thank you for joining us. Keep dropping the likes on the stream.
Big up, man.
Vic, thank you for that update. Sincerely, do appreciate you. A lot of Chelsea fans will be disappointed. Personally, I want Greenwood, back boy, force number 9, and superb on the left. I don't think he's coming to Chelsea.
No English team will get Greenwood.
Yeah, because
People
they
keep
don't want
saying this.
that. You could argue they don't want that baggage.
No, I see a lot of people on X advocating for it. I'm like, guys, you do know what happened and stuff. They're like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. That was a while ago. Well, it does matter for the clubs. You don't want that image and that PR.
Especially when it comes to Chelsea.
Yeah, and the PR, the media all over gives the club a very, very bad name. Guilty or not.
I don't think the club will
England. That's
risk
why
him.
he was shipped out because there's no way he can play here. Because any team that gets him here will get absolutely destroyed. So no team wants that PR, no that bad PR. So no, that's never happening. I don't see him coming back to England ever again.
It's going to be really, really difficult. Okay. Was born in Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, thank you for that. What else do we have? You keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes will go a long way. Our PR can handle it. We cannot. You cannot handle everything. Ty, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time joining. I just got here and I immediately see Browling. That's what we do. We like fight. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. Mabas, you started, right? Okay. If it is not a 50-50 chance, then it's dicey. Yeah, I won't sell for less than the asking price. Again, if I represent AC Milan, they can swap him for Onana in July. Mm. Okay. But let's see what happens. I still think we get that deal over the line. If he's really interested in joining us, just put in a transfer request. That makes a huge difference. Okay. Hugo Ekitike, I think we have two items lined up there with regards to the chances of him joining Chelsea. This year reads, according to Build, German outlet, which says Chelsea are now suddenly hesitating about the move for Hugo Ekitike. I don't know who to trust. And this one here reads that Chelsea are still considering signing Hugo Ekitike this summer, and negotiations ongoing with with the players' camp. A meeting that took place between the two parties in recent days. Contact has therefore not been broken off, even though the deal has not progressed. It may well still happen because I think Chelsea will sign, even after Gittens, I think Chelsea will still sign one more player for the forward area. It could be a Ekitike or someone else who the other person end up being. I don't know, but it looks like we're keen on Ekitike. The asking price definitely will be an issue. I don't see us paying 100 million euros for him. But Dante, let's hear you. What do you make of this particular deal?
Yeah, look, we're very interested in him. Obviously, the style he plays that would suit us very well. But like I kept saying in previous shows, yeah, the physicality is a bit of a problem with him. And yeah, look, I don't think we're paying
Apparently, that's an issue for the club. I think the price is the
much.
only issue.
Yeah, look, obviously like him. Like I said, for me, he hasn't done nowhere near enough. I mean, 15 goals in the Bundesliga for me, he's not good enough. He's a very good player. I like the way he plays. He's very technical, quick feet, gets a shot off quickly,
Good close
always running and
control.
chasing. So I like the profile. I just, for 100 mil, no way that much. And that's probably what Chelsea's trying to do. They're not going to pay 100 mil for him. Trying to negotiate it down. Maybe another player might be involved in a swap or something like that. They'll try to, put another player in there or so. But I just don't see them paying 100 mil. They'll probably try to get it down more to like 60 or around that mark, 60, 70 max probably. But yeah, look, like I said, he's a nice player. I like him, but I just haven't seen. I don't think it's enough. It doesn't warrant that much money, and his output is not really for the Bundesliga. 15 goals is not really good, to be honest. It's just like average. So we've seen much better players. Other players like Werner and Nkunku and all the scoring like 20 plus goals, no problem, 25 goals. And so, yeah, a little bit of a worry. I mean, that's what I mean. I don't think first the physicality is a problem. He gets pushed off the ball very easily. And then the second is like, yeah, he just hasn't really. If he had a couple of seasons maybe and done that 2 or 3 seasons in a row, like, your 15, 20 goals, 25 goals, maybe. But I don't know. I'm a little on the fence with this one.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
in the Premier League, he can get pushed off the ball very easily. The way they defend.
Yeah, totally understand. And Chimere saying Ugo Ekitike is lightweight. Those former Brighton directors are pushing to sign these low tier players. I wouldn't call him low tier. It's just something that we should be concerned about. Chances are he comes in and still does well. But let's see. Bob, you have anything to add to that? Right? It looks like
Sorry.
Bobby's.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. What was the question?
Ekitike. Some outlets are saying were hesitant. Some are saying was still in contact with it in his camp, that it could still happen. I don't know. We're not sure what the club these days. I think they found a way. Usually, the players that serious about signing usually don't hear too much about them.
Hmm.
Yeah, but in this case, some are saying that we're hesitant. Some are saying we're still in contact with this camp. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Ekitike, but Dante still don't want him. Let me just simplify what Dante said for reasons he's explained,
Yeah.
which is very sensible. Timo Werner has had tons of goals in Germany in the Bundesliga before joining us. What happened after joining us? He didn't come close to that number. He was
Mm,
pivotal to our run to the Champions League win and all that. Kai Havertz was phenomenal in Germany. What happened after he joined Chelsea? Couldn't replicate the sort of form he showed in Germany. So, I mean, there are reasons to be concerned. The only person I would say was just unlucky was Andre Schurrle, because he was an excellent finisher, not the most physical, but still, if you create chances for him, he'd put it away. Ekitike, there's a risk there. But let's hear you.
yeah. I mean, I've heard Dante. I yet again, I won't pretend I know so much about Ekatike as a player. But what I will say is I know what I'm hearing. And those two players that you've mentioned in Kai Havertz and
Werner.
Werner, they weren't strikers. They weren't out and out strikers, just as Nkunku wasn't a striker. But Ekitike actually is, and this was mentioned by Jan, that he is actually a striker and he is a finisher. Now, does he have the physicality to finish in the Premier League? Um, well, lots of well, I won't say lots of young players, but his prodigy, which is the guy in Newcastle, he came to the Premier League first season, all skin and bone and long legs. Second season, he now knows how to utilize some sort of physicality. The truth of the matter for me is I don't know. But what I do know is that we have the bulldozer in Delap, we have the space creator and the energy in Jackson. We do need that third kind of in between striker. Is it him? That's the big question, isn't it? His price tag is high ish. I think there are ways around that. I think the fact that Delap only costs 30 million has opened up the avenue to spend a little bit more on another striker. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But I'm listening to all quarters that tend to say they know about this player, and there are more for him than against him, and more logical cases presented for him than against him.
And Thierry Henry, I think, was asked because he coached him for the French under 21 or so. I think he walked with him, so knows him. Was it Michael Richards or who? Vince, I did see that on Vince's timeline. Asked Thierry Henry if it's a problem, and Henry said no, he's not necessarily. His response was something to the effect of, he can be the best player this minute, and the next player, you'd be shocked how he struggles to get the basic stuff right. And for me, that's not a concern. Why isn't that a concern for me? That's
Young
very common
players.
with young players
Mm.
that are
And
not
then,
polished.
that
Mhm.
he apparently can head the ball, which is important. And one thing about physicality in a young player, especially when they come to the Premier League, is that they can get in the gym and build up. I know Esteval is going to have to build up a little bit, and if this player comes to Chelsea, he would probably need to do the same. So I don't know. I can't say I have a strong opinion, but my opinion is formed from all the things I've heard about him, the logical reasoning that people have given, both for and against. And the only thing I've heard that goes against him is his lightweight. Is that enough? I'm not sure it is. I've heard, he's technically good. He dribbles, he can score, he's good with his head. So that
He takes
lightweight,
risks, which is good.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
if
he's
he decides he wants to go inside the box, you have 10 players on him, he will proceed.
yeah, and the good thing I like is that he's not vertically challenged, which means if he goes to the gym and pads out a bit, he'll fit in. If he was a player that was minute and still lacked physicality, I'd have concerns. But you can see, looking at him, looking at his carriage, that he's just a kid that's growing. His skeleton is big. He just has to fill it out now. So that's just how I'm looking at that situation right now.
Yeah, Dante, anything you want to add to that?
No, which is fair enough. I mean, he scored one goal with his head, so I wouldn't call him very good in the air, to be honest. So he doesn't score with his head. I don't know why people keep saying he's good in
But
the air.
probably he has, you could say, he has the attribute to that to help him be good at it. If he, I mean, if he concentrates on improving in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
aspect.
but this is what if he's in open space, yes, yes. But when you're coming up against low blocks and stuff like that, when
Okay? You're
there's
saying he doesn't win too many aerial duels, and I think I'd have to agree to that. I
no, he
haven't seen
won't win
anything
any
that
of them
suggests that's the
because
case.
yeah, yeah, look, he won't win any of those because the defenders are much better positioned in the Premier League, and all you got to do is just basically a little bump, tiny little bump on him, and like he's gone. He'll like if he's in the air, he'll basically fall down or not even get an attempt. So yeah, I don't know about being good in the air, to be honest. One goal in the air, uh, he scored one goal, but yeah, look, I could be wrong about him, which is fine. I'm happy to be wrong about him, but I just think for that much money, yeah, it's way too
Do
much money
you
for a
really
guy
think
that
we're gonna
scored just
pay them
15
that much
goals.
money? I think if we're
Well, quite
willing to pay that much money, we'd get the deal across the line by now.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
quite
we're
clearly,
definitely trying to negotiate.
Mhm.
yeah, quite clearly, they're not willing to pay that money. Maybe for the reasons that are being mentioned.
Exactly. We would have signed him
You
by now
know,
already if they wanted him
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. As I said, I'm not. I don't know this player chapter and verse. I'm just going by the things I'm hearing, the logical arguments, and yes, it is very logical. If he's only scored one notable goal with his head, then there's an issue there. But I'll say, in fairness to him, that I can't remember any goals that Jackson scored with his head before coming to Chelsea. So, I don't know really, but definitely at that price, with those deficiencies, the club's not going to pay that much money.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for that, Bobby. I appreciate you. Hugo Ekitike, we've addressed that. Ekitike is still similar to Nico, but better output than Nico. But then again, context matters. In the Bundesliga to the Premier League, Nico plays at Stamford Bridge, which carries a different measure of pressure. And the Premier League, more intensity and all that. I think it's a matter of when now for Jamie Gittens. Yep, I'm working on the add-ons. I think it happens, and I'm happy Dante was signing him over Williams, and we did have that conversation a few days ago. And numbers say he's the more suitable numbers, and his overall profile is the more suitable to the way Maresca likes to play. More goals than Williams. Williams more popular. Williams more of a creator, but Gittins, you could argue, will eventually mature to having a good balance of goals and assists. He's not too much of a selfish player. Um, I like him. Had we decided again, if we go for Williams, I would not complain. But I've taken my time since last week actually. That
So
Gittins is the guy for us. In
let's
terms of
forget
his
about
dribble
Williams.
success rate, the dribble success rate, he's in the top 1%. Go ahead, Bobby. You were saying something.
Let's forget about Williams. That's not happening. That's just
Yeah.
some silly story. I have a very strong suspicion, and I'm not saying I know for sure. I do believe we will get a third striker. If it's not going to be a Ekitike, it's definitely going to be somebody that will surprise everyone.
And it looks like
I
he'll
have
happen.
that
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah, I have that feeling because of our strikers in terms of the goal threat we need is a little bit imbalanced. You know, we have Jackson, we have Delap. They're both good at different things. We
Mhm.
need that in betweener, and I can see something happening there. I really can.
Yeah. Dante, what do you think? Did you see the report where that reads something to the effect of Williams being Chelsea's top priority, but he's too comfortable at Bilbao? We couldn't stop laughing reading it. If that's the case, why are we still looking at him? But Dante looks like it's Gittens.
Yeah, look, we spoke last week about it, and I like them both. I think Giddens, perfect for Maresca's system. Nico Williams, he's very good at it as well. He'll be pretty much the same. But like you said, Giddens is more of a goal scorer. He's more direct, and that right-footed as well. But obviously both feet. But he's predominantly right-footed, so that's what we need. That's what we've been looking, and
And
very
also
versatile.
improve his you can say creative aspect.
Yeah, he looks to score quite a bit, but that's the type of winger he is. That's he's more of a direct type of winger. Hugs the touchline, and then when gets the ball, goes at it, takes the man on all the time. So it's the profile we need. That's what the club's been looking at. So I have no problem with Giddens. I like the way he plays, and he's only going to get better as well. So, and he's got plenty of experience for his age already in the Bundesliga, Champions League, and so he's played quite a little bit already. This is probably his more breakout season, playing the most. Basically, he started the most in his career. So yeah, look, I like him. He's very good, and if we can get him around that 50 million quoted, that's a pretty good price for him. Especially being English as well, so that's another homegrown quota as well. So that helps as well. So
Is
yeah,
it
look, I'm
correct
happy
that
with
he's
him.
from the Man City Academy?
Another one, yes, that's from Man City Academy, correct. So there's a connection there. He knows a lot of the players already, so the culture's not a problem. No, it's not a shock change for him coming from another country and then coming to England. So he's been there. He knows it very well. So yeah, he'll fit straight in perfectly with his teammates. So I have no problem with him. Williams, yeah, we know the salary is never going to happen with that salary and what he wants. So yeah, I don't see that
And he
happening.
signed. He's on the verge of signing a new deal.
Exactly, and that's probably what it was all about as well. To him to push a bit and maybe get a bit more money to stay in Bilbao. So, which is fair enough. But yeah, look, even though I still would take Williams 100%, I like Williams, and I think he plays very very well with Cucurella behind him. They've got a really good connection there for Spain, so he will very well. I'd give him probably just the edge of a Giddens, just because he's a bit more experienced and like I said, from what I've seen from him international level with Cucurella, they really combine really, really well together. So yeah, both are good. I don't mind either. But yeah, looks like it's going to be Giddens, most likely
Not
because
a
of that.
bad, a good signing, really. Good scouting work too. His numbers prove show he's the man for the manager. But go ahead, what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly, coach. So I'm very happy with both of them. Obviously, they want to get a deal done as quick as possible. Hopefully, they can get him the next couple of days so he can come and start. Make sure he comes up to the World Cup club. So yeah, he's the one they're after, and that's the one I think will happen. The Giddens.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Vic is saying Ekitike is Jackson and more. I agree with you, and I will only take him if Jackson is leaving. I mean, I'll take him. Let them compete. He's a more direct competition to Jackson than the Lap is, because the Lap is more of a traditional number 9. Unwritten rule: no player should remind us of Jackson. Let's go away. IB here is saying, you guys remember how well Luka Jovic looked while at Frankfurt? Madrid got
Yep.
scammed on that deal. That's another concern. Yes, thing, but we have to be as objective as possible. From if you look at it, you can say there's a pattern there. You could argue. But at the same time, you don't want to miss out because you're basing your judgment. But I think it does make sense to just go with the logic that, yeah, players who do well in Bundesliga usually, especially attackers, don't do well in England, because yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's a good
records say
example. There's
that's the
plenty of good
records.
examples
The
like that.
records say that's the case, really.
Yeah, look, there's a couple of exceptions. Haaland came. He came, but he's a physical beast.
which
He's a bit.
makes which makes it easier. You can say made it easier for him to adapt in the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. He's a big guy, tall, physical, strong, bit different. So yeah, I'm talking more about the Havertzes, these type of players that came and really struggled. Um, yeah, because I see him very similar to Havertz. Like I said, Havertz same height, but this guy he's 10 kilos lighter than Havertz. So it's going to be very hard for him against the central defenders, especially because he plays as a striker, as a lone striker. So it's going to be very hard for him physically to deal with that. In transition and open play, he's very, very good. Like, yeah, he's like Jackson, pretty much the same. So he's very good at that link up play, dropping deep. But the problem is that, yeah, if Jackson leaves, yeah, I think he's perfect. He'll be good. But if Jackson stays, then you got basically very much similar player.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that comment there. Like you seen, we need to move quickly, and Cole Palmer is in the house. I need help. I'm confused. Can you tell me who is signed and who's about to be signed? Gittens about to be signed. Delap signed. Nothing else is certain. Gittens, I think, will happen very soon. But thank you for joining us, Cole Palmer. Signed Jean Duran last year, exactly. But Chelsea fans would probably continue to whine until he starts putting goals away. You could say that, like you've seen, Man United are about to sign a proven solid striker, and we're discussing Hugo Ekitike. Who's the proven solid striker? Let's say Dante. Were you saying something?
I was saying superstar Duran. Yeah, superstar.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, superstar indeed. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the team. Rolex. I like that name. Rolex are the strikers from Bundesliga proven worthy in the Premier League, especially Chelsea. So what we got is enough. We need a left wing, not a central number striker. Rolex, thank you for that comment. Even Dacho Fafana doesn't want to be here. Cannot find logic in getting Dacho into the first team. I don't think it happens. I think he'd be better off going somewhere else. Wikla Barosh saying that recruitment is data driven, and it seems to be working because we've been on an upward trajectory. I agree. Palmer surprises too, so I'm not worried about our signings. I'm not too worried. Okay, all right. I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom, but I'm gonna say hello to Toby. Do not score and all go. But nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. You do know what to do. Help. Yeah, press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see all the bells and whistles, comment option, like, whatever you want to do. Help us get more likes. We have 95 people following the show, and we're stuck in 31 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. In total, 222, 95 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook. Whether equally, I do not know. And Adams Williams saying, stop buying young stars. We need experience. Striker Osimhen is our answer, not a kid. Okay, good transition here. Let's talk about Osimhen. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, but let me read this from Vic. Son, Aubameyang, Haaland, and Babatov all did well. I mean, I get it. Some did well. Hazard, decent. Timo Werner, decent. He wasn't useless. But Babatov was an excellent. He has the most delicious touch in world football, but that's another discussion for another day.
He's a big guy. Babatov was a big guy as well.
And he was a big guy too, yeah. So that's a plus. He wasn't lanky, in my opinion. Don Papa, one goal in the air. I like that one. In the air is a bad one. There are times the Premier League defenders won't let you have space, let alone having all the space, you can say, to get a free header. So we're going to scroll to the very bottom. Advanced Williams, all of you, if I miss your comment, apologies. I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Dante, let's talk about your cousin. Your cousin, Victor Osimhen. Why did I find that report? I'll try to find it. He's headed to Saudi. He's accepted their offer. All that is left right now is for them to reach an agreement. Al Hilal to reach an agreement with Napoli, and it looks like it's going to happen. Koranteng Nana Asari Isaac, definitely a Ghanaian bro, wants the club to sign a bro. I'd like the club to sign him, but if it's not needed, don't just pay that much money for him. I wanted us to sign him again before he went to West Ham United. But at the time, the club, again, it was either him or Cole Palmer. The club chose to sign Palmer, and not bad. We can actually have both. We could have signed both at the time, but we didn't. But right now, I don't think it's we. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the club wants. But Dante, your brother, uh, he's headed to Saudi, and we've always known. We've always known that everything will be here and all waste of people's time. That he will eventually end up in Saudi Arabia. He knew exactly what he was doing, in my opinion. And I'd go to the extent of say, chances that Mikel actually was in on it. Just you could say fronting Chelsea to make the Saudis fear they may well lose him to Chelsea and pay up. But congratulations to him. I have nothing against him following the bag. He's the one that does the running for 90 minutes, gets injured, goes under the knife, comes back again. And the career for football of an average football fan is it ends quicker than your the other types of jobs we have in the world. And football is job. It's just that they have to entertain people. But let's hear you. He's headed to Saudi. I don't think it changes now.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have any problems with money either way. So that shouldn't be. He's all right with the money wise. He just wants a lot more probably. But yeah, I even saw
And
the
probably
report
he
that
knew they were going to pay.
yeah. I did see the report that even they said no to his demands. It was a bit too high for Ali. So that was a bit funny. So look, yeah, they're gonna pay him. Money's not a problem for the Saudis there, so there's no there's no, they don't have to worry about any rules pretty much. So yeah, they'll sign him. We all knew all along that's going to happen. He probably asked a bit too much last year as well, and then he went back again and I asked probably for more, and then the Saudis pulled out, and I think he got a bit stuck in between, so that's why he ended up going to Galatasaray because they were able to pay those wages. But yeah, look, good luck to him if he goes there. Chooses a bit young to go there, to be honest, I think. But like you said, we can't fault him if he's going for the big bag for the money. If that's
What
more
what
important
what,
to
what
him,
do we
then good
work
luck.
for? We work to earn money, put food on the table for our family, and I'm quite sure he has thousands that look up to him for what they eat, what they wear, school fees, and
Yeah,
all that.
coach.
So,
But he's not poor. So,
but even at that, you say when you have that much money, you probably need more. The more money you have, the more
yeah,
responsibility you have. And look, I don't fault him one bit.
no,
Him
good luck to him.
choosing
Yeah,
to follow the bag, I've never at any time called him, like a lot of people calling him greedy. He's saying if he really loves Chelsea, take a pay cut, join Chelsea. For what? But go
yeah. Look,
ahead.
the only thing I'll say to that, I think it would have been nice to see him in his peak at a top club somewhere to see what he has to offer and to see a good footballer play, because he's one of the best strikers in the world. So that's the only probably issue. As he's still quite young, so basically starting to go into his prime now. So it's a bit of a shame. It's a bit wasted to him going there, and no one really watches
From a fan's
top league.
perspective,
Yeah, from a fan's perspective, it's a bit sad that he's going there now. I could understand it maybe in when he's probably 30, even that's still pretty good. But now when he's 26, these next 4 years when he's in his prime, I would have liked to see him play for a top club somewhere and watch him perform. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame in that sense because no one's going to watch the Saudi league. I'm not sure if anyone watches the Saudi league. I definitely don't. So
I do get them on my TV every now and then. I pay attention to it. But here's the thing: if I were Osimhen, to heck to whether we're playing in an empty stadium or not, you work to get paid, and
and
I'm
that's the
getting
other thing.
paid
Yeah,
a
the
lot.
empty
So
stadiums.
yeah, exactly. So so who cares whether people are watching or not? So congratulations to him. It's gonna
And
be
don't
very
forget, it's tax free, the money there as well.
yeah, exactly. So he's become very very rich. Again, we've always known that that's the case. Of course, we have to cover the news, discuss that Chelsea are close to. Look, congratulations to him. Honestly, let him enjoy himself. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes and the stream. The likes do go along with something new emerged. We'll talk about that in a bit. Give me 1 second here. Anything new to address? Anything new? Are we getting Williams? No, I don't think it happens. Williams is comfortable where he is, according to the report we addressed. Let him enjoy himself. Anything here? I'd be saying Osimhen used us used to slip under the bridge, you think he cares about playing in Europe. He will still play on the international stage. And chances are after 2 seasons, he'd have enough money to say, yeah, I'm done here. Even the chance after a year, he'd say, yeah, I'm going back to Europe. You never know.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe
yeah, exactly.
the Saudis
Uh,
won't take that too well, though.
Mm-hmm. In Sally Way, I think engineering. He says, "What about Kudus? He plays in a poor team, and if they are looking at the stats, we may not make a good decision. They will always look at stats. Sorry, but if they know that because they know him already, we'd still sign him because the rumors suggest we actually offered players plus cash to sign him, but they rejected it. But Bobby, you want to talk about Osimhen, or should we move the something new that is just emerged that I want us to talk about?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right, and here's it. The new one that emerged is that Chelsea are interested in a number of defensive options, including Crystal Palace's Mark Guehi, according to Simon Jones. I don't know whether I would still sign him because the asking price, they're asking for north of 70 million pounds, not even euros. I don't think we'll end up signing him. That's my opinion. But Bobby, let's hear you. I get it. He's Chelsea through and through, brings leadership, focuses on defending. In terms of ball playing, he's not one of the best, but yeah, he gets the job done as a leader and as a defender. But I don't think it happens.
Well, my first question is who's Simon Jones? Never heard of him. And look, I don't know if it will happen. 75, as you've said, does seem an awful lot to be rolling out on a centre back
Hmm.
when it's not really an area that we are that pressed anymore. As I said last night, that look, what people are tending to forget. We keep talking about experience. We keep talking about a leadership, but these boys have been now or will be in the Premier League going on to their third season, some of them. So they've been picking up experience along the way. And certainly leadership is beginning to come out of them. Next season they'll be even better. So I'm not really sure whether that stigma washes anymore. But hey, don't get me wrong. I certainly do um, like Guehi. I would certainly take him. But at the moment, do we desperately need him? We've got Chalobah, we've got Levi. Some of you like Badiashile. I have my reservations. I much prefer the guy we sent to Juventus. What's his name again? Um, oh gosh.
Renato
Vega.
Viega.
Yeah, yeah. I think he is physically more robust. And we cannot forget the forgotten injury man, Wesley Fofana. Are we 100% stable in defense? Maybe not, but do we need to panic? No. Now, if someone like Chalobah is offloaded, then the need for Gui becomes heightened, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Um,
and according to just quickly, Bobby, according to Chelsea, saying we're trying to swap him with Guehi. I think probably we're gonna need it's gonna be plus cash. I don't think because they value their valuation of Guehi is much more than how our valuation of Chalobah. So probably be Chalobah plus some cash.
yeah, I mean, even they aren't, in a hurry to get rid of him. They have European football themselves next season, and I'm sure they'd like to do well in it. So um, it's a difficult one, but if we are after him, we have to go with intention. We have to be very intentional, and if we're very intentional, we will get him.
Yeah, then I want to ask you the defensive area, is it an area of priority for us? I would say no, honestly, but that's just my opinion anyway. Tosin isn't going anywhere. I think Tosin stays. We've seen his importance. He brings leadership. You may not see him screaming on the pitch, but yeah, from what we've heard, he's one of the leaders we have at the
And
club
he
right now.
brings
Also, you guys
and he
forgot we're
brings
getting.
height.
Sorry,
He brings height.
he brings
Much,
heights
much,
too.
much
Yeah, and
needed height.
yeah, and he's a good defender.
Mm.
Also, you guys forgot about Sa from Strasbourg. He's going to join in. So I would say it makes sense to say that the defensive line is an area of priority for us, in my opinion. Well, if we want to sign another defender, then might sell some. I think, yeah, that's going to be the case. But Dante, let's say you is a defensive area. Should that be a priority for us? It doesn't look like it is, actually.
Yeah, look, when the brief came out, they did say we're going to be looking for a centre back as well. So the winger, the striker, and the centre back. So they're doing that with the winger. They did that with the striker. Now basically it's the centre back turn as well. So I like Guehi. I think, like I keep saying, I think he brings the experience. At only 24, he's got a lot of experience. He's started for England. He's Crystal Palace captain. He's won recently as well. He's won, beat Man City in that final as well. So we need that stable head at the back that can dictate. And only Tosin really does that, to be honest. But he's not going to play all the time. We know Maresca likes him against certain opposition or certain matchups. He'll definitely use him, but he's not going to be a starter. I don't see that happening. So, I think we need him. I think we need that cool head back there because Colwell's definitely not that. Fofana's definitely not that. So we don't really have
Or
an
at least
especially.
they're not there yet.
No, they won't be there for a while. Then the way they play as well, coach, they're aggressive. They get out
Mm-hmm.
of the line. They put rash challenges in. They go, yeah. That Guehi doesn't do that. Guehi sits back, observes, make sure everyone's in position. When he needs to put a body on a defender, even he's not that tall, Guehi, but I've seen him many times. Hardly they get a header on him because his positioning is so good, and he puts his body in front or bodies the defender, even if he's taller. Sorry, the striker, even if he's taller than him, and they don't really get many headers on. So he's got the IQ. He's got that smart IQ for a defender that you need, and I think 100% we need that. We need a guy to just marshal the back line and sit back and watch, then tackle when it's needed. Very much like, not comparing him to Thiago Silva, a different player, but very much in that mold where he sits back more and does the challenges when they're needed, cuts passing lanes out. He watches the game. He can see it unfold. He doesn't make rash decisions. So I think that's exactly what we need in that back line. And especially if Disasi's going, Bobby's like Badiashile, Chalobah, well then 100% we need him because we know of Fofana's injury record. He might leave as well. You never know, Fofana. He might just leave. There's been some reports as well. So yeah, we definitely need him, I think. And like the club said, they're going to sign another centre back. So definitely we will sign another centre back. Is it now? Probably not now. And the price is high. They'll probably negotiate then, but we can give him Chalobah. He's already been there. They liked him. We can give him Chilwell as well. We've got plenty of players that we can swap into the deal and bring the price down as well. So Disasi, for example, you can use him make weight as well. So yeah, there's plenty of players we can give him. And the price, if that's the case, then the price is not an issue because you're getting a guy for 10 years, a leader like that for the next 10 years, and it'll be a long contract. It'll be stretched out. His salary demands are not high either, so the salary won't be a problem. So yeah, I think he's perfect, and the age is perfect too, 24. So yeah, I think we should definitely go for him. And even if it is 70 million pounds, that's how much a good defender is going to go for these days. A proper defender is going to go for that much. So it's not really that much, not especially when we can swap players like we said. So I hope we do go for him.
Yeah, and Kay thinks it would be a mistake to let a Chalobah go. He's progressing. I agree, he's progressing. But if we can do better than him, I'm all for it. I'm just not going to be
Yeah,
happy if we let him go and bring in a Bozo player. But we don't know what's going to happen.
I
I'm
know
always.
people. Sorry, let me just touch on the Chalobah coach. Yeah, people
Mhm.
are saying he's progressing, but this is a problem that a lot of people we watch games, and a lot of people, they look at the last two, 3, 4 games. They don't see what happened before that, and all of a sudden, he's a starter. He's a star. But before that, everyone's saying no, we don't want him. He's not a starter quality. So, like I said, Chalobah came back from loan. He had an okay spell at Crystal Palace, but he conceded a lot of goals. Um, that made mistakes that led to goals, like second highest in the league. He was behind Sánchez at one stage, so it wasn't that good there, to be honest. Then he came to us. First game amazing. The next 5 games really bad, horrible. And then the last 4 games the last 4 games he did really well. This has been his problem for a long time. He's very, very inconsistent, and
So,
he's not that young anymore. He's got a lot of experience, and he should be much better than that now. So that's why I think if he's a squad player, stays perfect, but he shouldn't be a starter. And yeah, it'll be up
what
to him. I
happens if the
think
manager likes him? Let me ask you that.
the manager will say, I want to keep him, but
Yeah.
the
Do you
directors
think he
will ask him,
stays?
okay, are you starting Chalobah? I don't think he'll be starting Chalobah, to be honest. Not
Look, I
if
think
Guehi.
we can do better than Chalobah, in my opinion. And if we're gonna get in a player, if that player isn't better than Chalobah, just don't do it. That's
Exactly, and that's why I said Guehi, in my opinion, is much better than Chalobah. So that's why I said he should come in and take that position. If Chalobah stays, it's all up to Chalobah. It's going to be. I think the club will give him the option. The coach, you said Maresca likes him, but he's not going to be a guaranteed starter and start every single game. If he's happy to be more of a rotation piece squad player, then he'll stay. But that'll be up to Chalobah as well. And now being called up to England as well with Tuchel there, well, he'll need to be playing a lot more to keep that, to get kept getting call up. If he doesn't play that much, well, then yeah. But I just don't see him being our starter all the time. He's not a guaranteed number one. You put him on there as a starter, he'll be a rotational piece, like we saw since he came back. Basically, it's only the last 4 games where he started a couple more games in a row, and people I think are seeing that and saying, yeah, he's really good. He's improved so much, but I need to see more evidence of that. I'm not going to go by 4 games in a row when I saw the previous 4 games really horrible from him. So, yeah, there's just too much inconsistency there.
Yeah. All right. Kojo Anyumadu says Maresca also seems to like Benoit Badiashile.
For
Possibly.
the Conference League, yes, he did.
Possibly. I think he's the sort of player that would do well in Europe. And he's still young, actually. How old is he? Is he 24 yet? No?
I think so. Yeah,
Is
I
he
think
24
24.
yet? Badiashile age? I don't think he's 24 yet, but let me check. I think he's an intelligent player, has good passing range, which is important for the manager. And let's see,
Yeah, he's 24.
Badiashile age.
He's in March 24.
He's 24. Yeah, but he's still very young. At 24, I think. Yeah, 24 years of age. I think he will do. I think he will improve. He will become better, and that may well be with that. The manager likes him. It seems so, but I'm not sure what's
He's
going to
not on a high
happen.
salary. He'll stay as a squad player 100%. Again,
Yeah,
if he wants to stay as a squad player, he'll have it. He'll be a squad player, no problems. If he
gets to
wants
play.
to be
You
a
can say
starter,
good
that's the
enough
problem.
games, right?
Yeah, and he's been here now, 2 years? So, yeah, like Bobby said, he's not the biggest fan. Again, same problem, inconsistent since he's been. The first year was really good with Thiago Silva. We thought he's an amazing defender. Let's go. But since then, the last 2.5 years, he's been very, very inconsistent and all over the place. So the club might look to move him on, probably, most likely. I think from what I've seen, I think they might look to move him on.
Yeah. More likes, people. More likes, people. We're stuck at 35 likes. We should be doing a lot better than that. Looking at the lineup available on ESPN, we can see Ecuador played 4-4-2. The coach preferred Yabua and Franco relegating Pies to the bench. Okay. Guehi is not. Let's see. Chimera, it's okay. Premier League defenders are expensive. Very. Just leave me the heck alone. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Cowell is sweeper as a left center back. We cannot have two. We need a Gabriel to our Saliba. Okay. Mike Maignan is saying the thing is Guehi isn't better than Tosin. No, Tosin is much better, more experienced. Guehi may be quicker, but Tosin can be quick. Actually, he's just deceptively quick. He's a leader. I think he's needed. Maresca has proven it's not like he doesn't like Tosin, but he had the luxury of choosing certain centre backs in certain games. But he
Yeah,
likes
matchups.
Tosin.
He wants him. When you play against Wood, for example, big, tall, physical striker. Every ball that came in, he was headering out. Against teams that like to, flood the box with crosses, he heads everything out. But yeah, I'm not. Did you say he's a better player than Guehi?
Tosin,
Yeah.
let me stick with his more complete than Tosin, than Guehi.
I thought
Let
I
me
heard you
stick
say
with
he's a
more
better,
complete. Yeah, I need to
more
look at their
experienced and better.
output, their numbers to decide. Okay, who is much better? But if I have to choose, it depends on what I have already.
Yeah, so
Um,
they're the same kind of mold, as in, like I said, sit back, watch the play. But obviously the physicality is big difference, as in height as well, and strength.
but
But
Tosin is more complete. Tosin has a better passing range. He's
better passing.
superior. Yeah,
Yeah, although, like I said, Guehi is not really asked to play that game, and I've seen him for England where he is asked to play for that game, and he does that very well. So at Crystal Palace, is that they don't play that way, so he doesn't get to do that as much. But yeah, I think Guehi is a much better defender than as in positionally and IQ. He's better than Tosin, definitely, and experience, because you said experience, but Tosin's experienced age wise, but he hasn't really played that much. He went missing for a while there for a few years, and then at Fulham a little bit, and then came to us. So he hasn't really had that much experience, Tosin, to be honest, even though he's
I'm just
more
happy that
mature.
that Tosin stays.
Oh, I'm happy too. I want him for exactly like I said, for matchups against big, physical, tall strikers and teams that flood the box with crosses. He's perfect, and we saw that he did an amazing job when he was asked to do those. And that's what you need, a player like that. 100%, you need him.
Yeah, Bobby, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I'm very much about squad depth. I think squad planning and squad depth is critical, and Tosin fits right into that. I don't think with the number of games we have to play and all the internationals that you need to be a starter in a team like Chelsea. You just need to be available for use, and you will get used. I don't think many of these players, in the end, we're going to settle for about maybe three or four centre backs of the centre backs we have, and they will all have enough playing time. When you consider competitions, you consider injuries and suspensions, there's going to be playing time there for sure. And Tosin, he does, he's calm. He does have a level head. He has the right type of physicality for many matches, not for every match, but for many matches. And I think he's a perfect fit. I think he's a very, very, very welcome and important addition to the squad.
I don't think we're looking. I've heard people talk about Tosin leaving. I don't think the club will make that mistake of
No,
letting him go.
that's not
They
going to.
understand its importance.
And let's not forget, he was didn't cost us anything, coach. And
Yeah,
he's on a
yeah, yeah. A
he's
free
on
agent.
actually a very big. He's on a very big salary
Yeah,
because of
and
that.
yeah, and he has turned out to be a good move for him because United wanted him, right? I think it was
No, I don't
United.
know. I can't remember. I can't remember
But
any team
there
wanting
are other
him.
clubs that were interested at the time, but he chose Chelsea. And look at him; he's going to play in the Champions League this season. That will start soon, and won a trophy, to won a European trophy. Good decision for him. One more decision I'd like is for him to decide to represent Nigeria. That would make me happy. I don't think England has space for him. He's waiting, and if he continues to wait, probably it would be much. It would be a little bit too late for him. Just like others that did the same thing in the Dumo Noha, the former Aston Villa guy that talks too much right now. He should just take it now because that
Yeah,
opportunity is not going to be there forever.
yeah. I mean, he has every reason to play international football. I just think he's a good fit. He was a very important part of us getting to the Champions League positions. Not least to mention his performance against Forest, but his performance right the way through the season. And indeed, he was a major part of us getting the Conference League trophy. So um, he's a good player in the squad. He really is.
And he
and
scored
he's
two goals
happy
in
to do that too as
in
well.
the Conference League.
Yeah.
Is it two or three?
Yeah.
At least two, because there was one game he scored two for sure, two
Yeah,
shots.
yeah. He
Yeah.
scored twice, I think. Yeah.
So he was pivotal. Okay. Kay saying swapping Cole is a non-starter. Please suggesting that he's becoming the leader in the team. Go, he's good, but not to change Colwell for him. No, nobody's saying change Colwell. Colwell stays. Colwell is more of the player the manager wants than Guehi actually. Guehi is just a matter of balance and leadership, if you get my point. So
Yeah.
on the screen, go ahead. Were you saying something?
No, I'm saying you're right. You're very right. Colwell's going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere.
He's one of the Chelsea blueprints. You know, Colwell, Enzo, Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer. I mean, they're the blueprints for this new
Mhm.
Chelsea team.
Yeah, Chalobah will improve his consistency. Look at Kukurea. It took him time. Kukurea, even when people were saying he was bad, he wasn't bad at the time. It's a matter of understanding the player.
Yeah, and he wasn't played
Yeah, and he
much.
wasn't played. Yeah. So at the time when Chelsea fans was butchering, you can say name calling Kukurea, he wasn't bad. Chelsea cannot win the league or be in the title race with defenders that cannot defend. Here's the thing: as bad as we Chelsea fans think we were defensively, at one point we were actually one of the defend. We had one of the defensive records in the league last
We
season.
Third,
conceded the
but
third, yeah, the
Yeah.
third least goals in the league. And look, there's another thing we forget that I really want to reiterate. We have to remember the problem Chelsea had last season, and indeed, certainly the season before, was injuries to key players at key times. When we fall off the wagon around that December time with so many key players out injured, and then the knockout blow came in January when we lost both of our strikers. So
Mm.
we didn't even have any semblance of a striker. No Jackson, no Guehi. I think we underestimate that, and I think it makes us underestimate what a big achievement it was to get top four. We were top two right up to December, and honestly, if we had kept our players fit, we may have finished top two, certainly top three. I think the team was good enough for that. So all this too much talk about, oh, we haven't got leaders at the back, this and that, I think it's getting washed now. You can see when Reece James is on that field what he brings. You can see that these centre backs that we've got are growing up now. I think the acid test for me, I don't know, everybody has their opinion, but for me, the acid test, the final acid test was Nottingham Forest away. And if you look at our running to the season, our last five games compared to everybody else, they were huge games. And the
There
only
were
thing,
Chelsea fans saying we could only get like 4 points from those games.
yeah, we had the
Go
hardest
ahead, Bobby.
running.
I just wanted to chip that in.
You're right. We had the hardest running. And when you really think about it, the only place we dropped the ball was Newcastle away. And to be honest, our second half
I
performance
still blame
warranted.
Jackson.
Yeah, well, Jackson didn't help, but the second half performance warranted at least a point from that game. And when you even think about it, despite that game, we finished ahead of them. Clear. I think sometimes we have to reflect as to what we're doing, have to take a more favorable and realistic look at this team and not despair. This is a very good team. This is a good team. But the problem we have had has been the youthness of it all. Well, that's changing. These guys are growing up now. They are getting the experience and injuries. Take away those things and we can compete at least with the top four.
Yeah. Quickly, Dante, I'm going to come with you with another, again, important question if you're still here. Chelsea, stay away from Garnacho. We're going to talk about him in a bit. And Chelsea should stay away strikers from Bundesliga. And Chelsea 11. Big up to you, my bro. It's been a minute. Hey, coach, through Okay, doing big up yourself. I can't complain, and I can't wait for you to launch your YouTube channel. We're here to help. We're family. Just let me know whatever you launch it. But good to see you once again. Hopefully, the case is that you've been busy. National team about to sack Pochettino after losing 2-1 Turkey. I don't know who hired him. Tosin is solid in defending, but he needs to keep his head when reacting to his colleagues being fouled by opponents. He got more yellow cards for his reactions than his tackles. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Some numbers right there. Dimitar Babatov and Louis Saha. Babatov was a hybrid number 9. I love
Just gonna
Babatov,
get a
one of
cup
my
of tea
favorite Premier League
as well.
strikers ever. So Dante, two things. Why has this guy? Why has what's his name? Garnacho struggled at United, and chances are we'd still sign him. I don't know, but because we're signing Gittens, I don't think we'll still sign him. Would you mind him at Chelsea? Do you mind Chelsea signing him, or would you rather not? I think he's a good player, but I don't want us to sign him. In my opinion, Chelsea fans will lose their shit if we do that. I think probably the fact that getting to Chelsea is imminent means we've looked away. But this is somewhat, you can say, not specific, not mentioning any Premier League names. Chelsea might well still be there. I don't know. It says Alejandro Garnacho will leave Manchester United. In the Premier League, serious options with three clubs already very keen. Three Premier League clubs. After Bayer Leverkusen and Italian clubs calling. That's a good player there, but fans will always judge you by how you finish the season or how you played in your last club, for your how well you did for your last club. I think you can argue the chaos at United, the lack of, you could say, stability at United is part of the reasons why some of their, you could say, some of the players that people had hoped will be the new phase, the new, you could say, Scholes, all of those names we know again that played for United. I think lack of stability for me is one of the main reasons why these players have struggled. From Rashford to him, not just him. There's a lot of the players there are struggling.
Yeah. Look, Garnacho, we've seen a lot of players leave Man United and have done very well. He doesn't fit the system, first of all. It doesn't fit Amarim's system. So that is a big problem. Obviously, they don't get along. So yeah, he's definitely leaving. Would I take him at Chelsea? Probably not over Gittens. I think Gittens has got the higher upside for me. So,
Mhm.
and he's the similar play. He's a direct winger as well. So if we've gone for Gittens, well then we're not going for Garnacho. Um, Only reason I can see that maybe happening is if we know Mudrik is really guilty or not, and then he'd be out for a very long time, and his
I mean,
contract will
it
get.
doesn't look good for Mudrik since his
Ooh.
number was uh, uh, given to Cole Palmer. But go ahead.
That the numbers are not a marketing opportunity ahead of the Club World Cup and that's going to sell a lot of shirts. That was always going to happen next season anyway, and yeah, Mudrik can't say nothing about that because he's been out and he's got that case going, and that'll take maybe even longer to wrap up. So, like I said, the only thing, if he's really guilty and they know that he'll get his contract will get terminated, so if they know that ahead of time, well, then maybe they'll look to sign another one. But if they know he's not guilty and he'll be out for another probably few months time or whatever it is, usually the average is around 8 months to 2 years. That's sort of in between that bracket. Even if you're not guilty, basically, it's probably still a year. So yeah, so we'll wait and see for that one. But if he's very young, 19. No, he just turned 20 actually. He just turned 20. I saw a birthday, if I remember right. He's 19, just turned 20. Garnacho. He's got the right ability. He's got the right technique. He's got the speed. He's got the one-on-ones
Mentality too.
mentality. He fights, for the badge. He plays hard. He's a touchline winger that can come in and score. So he would suit our system very well. Is he coming? Like, I don't think so. Salary is not a problem. I don't think the fee's a problem either because I think Man United, they're looking for like 40 million or so because they can't. Everyone knows now that he's had a bust up with Amarim and he's definitely leaving. So yeah, look, salary is 50,000. He's not on a big salary, so that is not a problem. I just think, yeah, the only way we buy another winger on top of Gittens is if they know Mudrik's certainly out. And yeah, I don't think they know that yet. That might take a little bit longer. So yeah, look, I don't mind him. I don't like I said, I don't mind how he plays. It does come with a bit of baggage off the field, which can be a little bit of a problem as well. But
I mean, kids
yeah,
will always be kids.
yeah, he's young. People forget he's 19. He's got money. Like this is what happens at that age. Like they grow out of that eventually. Um, but yeah, not my first choice. But like I said, if Mudrik does leave and then we have another spot available, then yeah, I would add him if the price is pretty good. Like I said, that 30-40 million. Well, then he's definitely worth that price because he's once he plays in a really good team with teammates and fits the system well, he'll do very well. We saw him do very well at Man United last year and when he started the year before. So for a young kid, he did very well. So yeah, look, I wouldn't mind him, but I think it will have to be one of those opportunistic signings again.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have to be very correct. Abbas have other issues. I don't want Garnacho and his fraudulent brother who will soon disrespect Chelsea when things go sour. All right, thank you for that. Who do you think? All right, bring on your question now. Nothing new has emerged, so bring on your questions. Let's address your questions and call it a day. What do you think will happen to Mihailo Mudryk after losing the number 10 shirt? I think pretty much Dante, as if he's again. He pretty much answered this question. That's it, Dante. You answered that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ahead of the World Cup, big marking opportunity for Palmer,
Hmm.
number 10, world stage, and just going next season as well. I think they've sold a lot of number 20s. Now everyone's going to buy a number 10 as well. So it's a marketing opportunity, and he plays in that position as well. He's the star of the team. So, yeah, that was always going to happen. I always knew that it was going to happen.
Yeah, Bobby, anything else you want to add to that? If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. Otherwise, we'll be calling it a day soon. Even Dante he stayed longer than I believed he would stay because usually at this time your boy is awake. So here,
No,
Estevo
coach. It's morning. It's 7:30 in the morning. Not yet. No.
Ozyman. Okay.
Aussie time.
Yeah, all the time. Estevao has the highest market value among Chelsea attackers according to our transfer market. 55 million. Nicholas Jackson, 50. Pedro Neto, 50. Okay, so okay, I'm not sure what to do with that one really. Um, with that particular information. Let's see. Mudryk is as guilty as his Wi-Fi consistency. He's having a go at you,
Thanks,
and
Ivy.
yeah, saying playing Kudus a stand position and moving Palmer to the right, will be excellent for Chelsea. I think Kudus can easily split a tight defenses apart and lay accurate passes. So, Dante, anything you want to add to that? I don't think we don't necessarily need Kudus.
Look, if I was going to go for someone, I would get him over Garnacho and that, definitely. Why? Because he's proven it in the Premier League. He's good with both his feet. He can play the 10, he can play the left wing, he can play the right wing, he can play this false 9, no problems. I've seen him do it at West Ham. He's a really and very strong, physically strong as well. He's a really good all-round player. And it's a bit of a high fee, but like I said, with player swaps, we can do that no problem because they want some of our players already. I think Felix and Disasi they want, so that could be a great opportunity. So um, he's one I like, and I would definitely go for him. I think he'll play very well with everyone, and yeah, the price is a bit of an issue, but salary is not really an issue, so that's no problem. But yeah, he would do really well in a Chelsea shirt. He was basically, carrying that team West Ham. How well he played last year and the year before when he signed, he was exceptional. He was one of the best players in the Premier League. How good he was doing, scoring
And
goals.
Do you think Harry?
they have no stability.
Do you think Harry Potter's going to go for Felix? You really think so?
Well, that's the report that came out.
Sanchez, I can see him go for. That's for sure.
yeah, Sanchez, and you can go for Chilwell, Disasi, Barisha, like you said. There's a lot of
Yeah.
players that I just gave some examples because there's a lot of them that can go the other way. So,
Uh,
but yeah, Felix probably Aston Villa. There's a good one for Felix actually. That probably one suits better. But yeah, I would take Kudus in a heartbeat. I think he's exceptional Premier League player. The Premier League suits his style of play very, very well. He's one that, like I said, can play
I
anywhere.
wouldn't mind him at Chelsea.
Yeah, he can play across the whole front line. Even as a 9, he can play, and he can play that 10 extremely well as well. So he'll be a perfect fit
He's
in the system.
physical, quick, excellent dribbler.
Correct. He's got everything, and he's done it. He's done it in the Premier League. He's done it. Like I said, this season a bit more injuries, and when they started struggling, yeah, he he didn't play as much. But the season before and season when he came, he was exceptional. He was one of the best players in the Premier League, highest rated
well,
as well.
let's look at it this way. I would rather dole out 80 million on Kudus than on Ekitike.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Yes. Yeah.
that's just it, really. I mean, I don't know this Ekitike, but I think I do know Kudus in terms of what I've seen, and I think he will fit so much better.
Yeah, and he's only 24, so he's got a
Yeah,
long. He fits the mold perfectly.
yeah.
So coach might be doing something. Uh, yeah, Bobby. Yeah,
Okay.
him. The ones I would choose probably him and maybe Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa because we know Aston Villa really need to. PSR, they're in trouble. They need to. They didn't make the Champions League. They need to sell players. That's where the Felix swap can come in there. That could go really well for them. Felix can go. Disasi was there on loan, of course, and they liked him. So Disasi can go the other way. Maybe like a Morgan Rogers as well. He's a very good physical 10 slash can play exactly the same as Kudus. Only he's a much bigger guy, but he can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play as a 10, he can play as a striker, no problem, because I think he's 6 foot one, I think 6'2", actually, I think. So he's
Mm.
quite big. Rogers, he grew a couple of inches, and he's another one I would be looking at. Morgan Rogers or Kudus over Ekitike, 100%. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm surprised as to how it's all gone a bit quiet on the Villa front because very, very clearly they will need to offload players. So
I
I'm
like I
surprised.
like Rogers a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't been. Maybe we're on the quiet moving there.
Well, yeah, like I said, they might be working behind the scenes
Yeah.
and we don't know about it, just like they did with Neto, basically.
Yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want us to talk about. I want Kudus is very versatile. He can play, yeah, either flanks and essentially as a 10, very physical. He's proven that he can do it in the Premier League. The Bluetooth again, very busy. I've asked him how he's doing, just busy at the office, a lot of work. All right. Anything else? Kudus and tactically better than Madueke. I mean, it's your opinion. I think he is.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he is. But you're entitled to your opinion, Mike Maignan. I think he will offer a lot more than Madueke. I think he is. Again, even though Madueke might have a better might have finished the season with better output, I'd take Kudus over him for reasons I don't want to get into
Not
right now.
even
I don't
close
know.
to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even close. Kudus is way ahead of Madueke at this stage. He's way ahead of him.
Yeah. I don't know. Any questions? Anything else you guys want us to talk about, or should we call it a day?
I think it's very interesting right now. You certainly need to stream tomorrow because a lot can
Yeah,
happen.
definitely, definitely. And my wife is back, but it looks like the evening shows are much better, yields much more than but Blue Morning Show isn't going away, which is the earlier ones because he will still, even if we can't do the Blue Mornings right now, it will still come back once the kids start school again. But thank you, Bobby, and thank you. We have Dante today. Good discipline. Woo!
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I didn't make the last couple of shows because your discipline with the timing was all over the
Yeah, of
place. So I
course. Blame it on coach.
couldn't make it. You keep changing the time. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Let me.
hard to keep up with you.
I told you my wife was out of town and I was with the kiddos alone, and I
I
think I
know, but
can. Yeah.
Just discipline. Just that's all it is. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Of course, coach's fault. I mean, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 9 minutes, and it's been the discussion have been um, excellent. We covered a lot of stuff, and if anything new emerges, we're always ready to do an emergency stream, just like we usually do during the transfer window. But I want to say thank you to the captain of the community, Constantine Dunn. Thank you for joining us, and the legendary Bobby. Thank you for joining us, our senior panelist here, Bobby. I appreciate you. Thank you to Mabasa05. Thank you to Makim New, my bro. I appreciate you for joining. Vic was also here. Thank you to Wycliffe Barish, who else was here. Thank you for all our paid members. Chelsea 11, thank you to you. To Namaya Fawale was also here. And Engineer, thank you. If I missed your name, apologies. IB was also here. Also still here, maybe. If I miss your name, apologies. I'll see you guys next time. And cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, fully on the dust, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue fading fires like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said,